Hi boys and girls, we're on lesson 9 today. You're going to decide when and how to group in multi-digit addition. So again, we're working with multi-digit addition, and I would like you to get your math board out with your marker and sock, and that way go ahead and pause the video and restart when you're ready. Boys and girls, I have written on the screen right now 4 different problems, A, B, C, and D. I want you to go ahead and copy these problems exactly like you see it on your board, exactly how you see it, okay? Make sure they are vertical and not horizontal, so make sure you copy them exactly like you see them. Make sure your numbers and your place value is all lined up for each number. Go ahead and pause the video and then restart when you have copied all the problems. All right, boys and girls, I remember we talked about 3 different ways to show, 3 different methods for multi-digit addition. Right now, I'm choosing to use the above, new groups above method, and you can either choose the new groups below or the total. Actually, I would like you to either choose new groups above or new groups below, okay? So we are going to go ahead and solve these problems. We'll do the first one together, and then you're going to go ahead and solve the rest of them on your own. Okay, so where do we start? Ones place. That's right. 7 plus 8 equals what? Okay, that's 15, so we put our 5 down and carry the 1 above because we're doing the new groups above. Or if you did the new groups below, you can put them on the line, right? So next, tens place. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus the 1, that's right, is 13. I put my 3 down, carry the 1 to the next place, the next number. 4 plus 2 is, that's right, 6 plus the 1 is, that's right, 7. So our total, or our sum, remember the answer to an addition problem is called a sum, is 735. Now boys and girls, go ahead and do B, C, and D on your own. Pause the video and restart when you're ready. All right, boys and girls, let's go ahead and let's look at B. I want you to make sure you're going to check your work and watch as I do the problem and check to make sure you did it correctly. We start in the ones place. 4 plus 3 is 7. 8 plus 6 is what? That's right, 14. Put my 4 down, carry the 1. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus the 1 is 6. So my sum is 647. Next number. Letter C. 5 plus 7 is, that's right, 12. Put my 2 down, carry the 1. 6 plus 1 is, that's right, 7 plus the 1 is 8. 7 plus 1 is, that's right, 8. So my sum is 882. Let's go ahead and do D. So remember, you're checking to make sure your answers are correct. Where do we start? Ones place. 4 plus 3 is 7. 2 plus 6 is, that's right, 8. 5 plus 2 is 7. Very good, boys and girls. So you have all these problems on your board right now. I'm going to go ahead and ask you some questions. Please do not erase them. I'm going to ask you questions about the problem, and you are going to go ahead and answer the questions using the problem. So A, B, C, and D. Okay? So my first question is this, and you can talk, it's a little bit of math talk with your partner or by yourself if you're alone, but I really do want you to think about this. For which exercises or which problems did you need to group ones to make a new 10? All right? Which problems did you have to regroup the 1? There are actually 2 answers for this, and I'll give you an example. I'll give you a 1. I'll give you one of them, and you tell me what the other one was. In exercise A, or in problem A, right here, we had to regroup the ones place, okay? Because let's look at the ones place right here. 7 plus 8 was 15, so we put our 5 down, and then we carried the 1. That's regrouping, boys and girls. So yes, in problem A, we had to regroup the ones place. Is there another problem that we did, A, B, C, or D, that you also had to regroup the ones place? Talk about it. If you need to, pause the video and then restart it. That's right, boys and girls. Actually, letter C, we had to regroup the ones place because look right here. We said 5 plus 7 is 12, so we put our 2 down, and then we carried the 1 to the next spot, right? So that's regrouping the ones place. Here's your next question. For which exercises or which problems did you need to group the tens place to make a new 100? Ooh, to make a new 100. I'll read that again. For which exercises did you need to group tens to make a new 100? We need to make a new 100. Which problems did you do that? And go ahead and pause the video and discuss it with your partners, and then restart when you're ready to answer. All right, boys and girls. First of all, where did we need to group tens to make a new 100? Well, over at letter A, I see a new 100 right here. So we had to group the tens place because we said 6 plus 6 was 12, plus the 1 was 13, and we had to carry that 1. So we had to make a new 100. So letter A, we had to make a new 100. The other problem was problem B, because here we found a new 100, right? We had to make a new 100, and we had to add 8 plus 6 was 14. We put our 4 down and carried the 1 to the next number. So in both A and B, we had to group our tens to make a new 100. Next question, boys and girls. Is there any exercise that didn't require any grouping? Is there any exercise that didn't require any grouping? Pause the video and discuss it with your partners or think about it to yourself. Then restart when you're ready. Okay, boys and girls, you should have been talking about this with your partner. And was there any problem that didn't require any regrouping? And there was, boys and girls. Letter D didn't require any regrouping or any grouping at all. Notice at the top, we don't have any numbers that we carried. So that means it didn't have any regrouping. Next question for you, boys and girls. How can you tell when you need to group? How can you tell when you need to group? Go ahead and pause the video, discuss it with your partner, or think about it to yourself. Restart when you have the answer. All right, boys and girls, you should have been discussing already. You group when the total number of ones or tens is more than 9. So if we have a number or an answer that's more than 9, then we're going to regroup, or we're going to group to the next number, okay? Next question. What do you do when the total of the ones is greater than 9? What do you do when the total of the ones is greater than 9? Pause the video, discuss it with your partner, think about it to yourself, restart when you're ready. Well, boys and girls, that's not too tricky, is it? What do you do when the total of the ones is greater than 9? You write 1 for the new 10 in the tens column, right? And then you write the number of the ones left over under the line in the ones column. So just like we did here, we had 7 in letter A, we had 7 plus 8, so we put our 5 down, which was in the ones column, and we put our 1 above the tens column, right? That's exactly what we did, right? Next question. What do you do when the total of the tens is greater than 9? What do you do when the total of the tens is greater than 9? Pause the video, restart it after you've discussed with your partner or thought about it to yourself. All right, boys and girls. Well, you should have said something kind of like the question before, right? You write a 1 for the new 100 in the hundreds column, and then write the number of tens left over under the line in the tens column. So just like we did for letter A, or even letter B, let's look at letter B. Just like we did for letter B, we did 8 plus 6 was 14, so we put our 4 down and we carried the 1 to the hundreds column. You either did it above or below. All right, boys and girls, great discussion today. Now you're going to restart the set, or you're going to stop this video and you will get out your SAB books for the next video. Okay, good job.